All right, music fans, welcome back. It is Dave. It is the Real Music Observer, observing real music in real time for real people just like you right there. All right, and yours truly right here. The band Firehouse and how they truly got hosed at the beginning of the 1990s. Their debut album was a blockbuster, 2 million copies, one of the most iconic ballads in the history of rock, Love of a Lifetime, been used at a lot of weddings. This is a band that had an incredible ability to write catchy melodic rock songs. By their third album, which was called 3 in 1995, apparently they were getting tired of their record label, who began promoting other things, shall we say. And what's really ironic is, I think it was 91 or 92, the American Music Awards, okay? And what I love about the American Music Awards is it's a popular vote contest. In other words, it's the people who decide what is good and what is not good. And Firehouse is up for an award, so is Alice in Chains, and so is Nirvana. And guess who wins? Firehouse wins. Now, any music critic on the planet who may have been tuning into this show probably keeled over and needed, a fair amount of medication, whatever the other bands were probably using at the time. They probably called their buddies and said, hey, get over here. Firehouse just beat Nirvana and Alice in Chains. Folks, I keep saying this, and I believe this. Conspiracies, you don't want to entertain conspiracies about the music industry, that's fine. I get it. You're too busy consuming the kind of music that is forced upon you rather than just saying, you know what, I don't want this crap. I don't want it. And that's what the Americans did at this awards show. They actually just said, yeah, no, I've heard that stuff. I'd rather go with the so-called cheesy band, Firehouse, because they're entertaining. By the way, my girlfriend, she loves Firehouse. This is back in those days. And she thinks they're great. And they've got some hard rockin' tunes like Don't Treat Me Bad that I think are fantastic. Hey, if she wants to listen to Love of a Lifetime, hey, this was the Journey formula at the beginning of the 1980s. And Firehouse, who had signed to Epic or Columbia, I think it was Columbia, in 1989, then embarked on a music trajectory which kept, and by the way, this also blows this whole notion of formulaic out of the water. People were still digging so-called formulaic, okay? And what's every band in Sweden doing right now? Well, they have a formula. They try to write catchy, melodic, singable songs, an occasional ballad or two on their record, call it formulaic. You can't maybe bang your head for 11 or 12 songs, so it's good maybe to slow things down, slow the tempo down. And Firehouse, they broke out acoustic guitars much like Extreme did. Okay, and Extreme, you can't argue with more than words, okay? But Firehouse had their own Love of a Lifetime. And supposedly people, yeah, it's the 90s, flannel shirts, ripped jeans. And by the way, these guys weren't adorned in spandex, okay? They had ditched all of that stuff, and basically if you watch most of their videos, you're gonna find white t-shirts and jeans. Yeah, you still get the long permed out hair that was left over from the 80s. But this notion that, oh, well, then you must just like spandex and parachute pants. No, you know what? I like good music, and these guys created really great music. The band is still around today, by the way, still touring the States, and probably a bit younger than most of the bands that came through because they were at the tail end of the melodic rock era. So if you have an opportunity to go see Firehouse, I'm sure you'll get a great treat, a real band that By the way, even after they were ditched by American record companies and radio, they went overseas, especially in Asia, and they kicked some serious butt. I mean, everything they came out with was a gold record over there. And over here in the States, it was just crickets. Just crickets. Firehouse and How They Got Hosed, a real tragedy. I'm Dave. I'm the Real Music Observer. I'll be back again soon. See you then.